Surrender, the greatest secret of life. Namaste, friends. Welcome to this special discourse. Today, we will discuss a profound secret, one that, if understood with the heart, can completely transform your life. This is not just an ordinary truth, it is the fundamental principle of existence. It is neither magic nor a miracle, but the deepest understanding of life. If it is truly absorbed, then there will be no more struggles, no more conflicts. Sorrow will disappear, suffering will dissolve, and you will flow into a peace that is beyond words. Human life is a constant conflict. We are always fighting with existence. We want to shape life according to our desires. We want things to happen the way we wish, and this very struggle brings us suffering. But is it possible? Can a river control its own flow? Can the sun stop shining? No, because existence moves in its own rhythm, and that is the greatest secret of life: surrender. But what exactly is surrender? It must be understood correctly, because surrender does not mean defeat. It is not a failure. It is the ultimate acceptance, accepting life as it is, without any expectations, without any conditions. To understand this profound truth, listen to this story. The story: life is a flow. Once upon a time, in a village, there lived a great sage. People from far and wide would come to him, seeking solutions to their problems. One day, a young man came to him, deeply troubled, his eyes filled with sorrow. The young man said, "Guruji, my life is full of suffering. Whatever I desire, I never achieve. I work hard, make plans, but everything goes in vain. I pray to God, but nothing changes. I don't understand the reason for my misery." The sage smiled, his eyes filled with compassion. He asked, "My son, answer a question. When a river flows, does it determine its own path, or does the water naturally find its way?" The young man replied, "The river cannot control its own course. The water flows on its own, but if we try to stop it, it can be blocked." The sage nodded and said, "That is exactly your problem. Life is a flow, but you are trying to control it. You want to shape life according to your desires, but that is not possible. You ask God to fulfill your wishes, but you do not surrender. You do not accept what is given to you, and this very rejection is the root of your struggle. As long as you do not surrender, life will drag you, it will break you, it will torment you. But the moment you learn to flow with it, you will be free." The young man fell silent, deeply absorbed. For the first time, he understood the root cause of his suffering. Surrender, flowing with existence. Osho says surrender means letting go of the ego. The ego says, "I want this. I want it to happen this way." But existence does not care about your ego. Existence moves according to its own laws. The moment you drop your ego, the moment you accept the flow of life as it is, a deep peace starts descending within you. But why doesn't the ego surrender? Because the ego fears that if it surrenders, it will be destroyed. This is the greatest illusion of the ego. The truth is, when you surrender for the first time, you truly come alive. For the first time, you experience reality. Surrender is not an ordinary thing. It is a revolution. It transforms your entire being. It is a death, the death of the ego, and a rebirth into liberation, into ultimate bliss. How to practice surrender in life? Now the question arises, how can we bring surrender into our daily lives? 1, every morning, remind yourself, whatever comes today, I accept it completely. Whatever happens will be good. Whatever existence decides will be the best. 2, whenever a challenge arises, tell yourself, I accept this too. There must be some hidden blessing in this. 3, before sleeping at night, self-reflect. Did I complain today? Did I resist life today? If the answer is yes, remind yourself again, life as it is already perfect. The miracle of surrender. Osho says surrender is not a practice, it is not a difficult process. It is simply an understanding, a deep realization that you cannot go against life. You cannot win against existence. But the moment you realize this, life itself starts flowing with you. Doors open for you and you enter into an infinite peace. If you adopt these small habits, your life will completely transform. There will be no more suffering, no more struggle. Instead, there will be a joyful flow where life blooms in its full beauty. So friends, the greatest message today is surrender. Let go of complaints and accept life as it is. This is the greatest secret of life. This is the gateway to enlightenment. This is the key to liberation. If this discourse resonates with you, share it with others, because when you introduce someone else to this truth, it deepens within you as well. We will meet again in the next discourse. Until then, live in surrender, live in love, live in bliss.